was calling and asking the young lady about, I've been divorced going on 6 years in March, and he's in the rear, so he never started paying the child support after the divorce decree. What's the process I need to take to go to child support? Do I need to go to child support court, back to the divorce court, where I need to go?
Yes, that's a pretty popular question. When people are in the rears, you're going to have to basically go back to that last order and go back to that judge. DHR, the Department of Human Resources, typically can help with that, but you're going to have to go back to that last order where they were ordered to pay child support because they're basically in contempt if they're not paying. And sometimes judges will put people in jail for this or issue a warrant if there's arrears, larger arrears as well. So I would definitely encourage you to go back to the last order. There's probably a Department of Human Resource attorney that was involved in your case. They can help you with that. Or if you go back to that judge, you're going to petition that court so that you can be able to hold the father accountable to try to get some type of recovery from the arrears.
Joy, real quick, will you talk to our viewers about modifying child support? Because that does happen from time to time,
yes,
right?
It does.
Will you walk our folks? I know we got some more callers that want to talk to you, but that's just something that I think people have asked in the past, and let's kind of remind them, about that process.
Yes, modifications are very important. When there is a changed circumstance with a mother or a father, whomever is paying support, you typically want to make sure that the court knows about this. And so a modification comes in place when it's time to update the court that either you're making more money or less money than you originally were when the order was filed for you to pay a certain amount of money. So that is very important. The modifications are going to be something that are rendered from the court. You can't just modify it by yourself. You can't just say, oh, I'm making less money, so I'm going to pay less. You're still obligated to pay whatever the court orders until you officially file for a modification and support, and that is done in family court. Typically, even if it comes from a divorce process, you're still probably going to have to go to family court sometimes, but sometimes you can go back through the divorce court proceeding to have that done. But anytime there's a changed circumstance, also if there's a changed circumstance where the child might be living with a different parent or a different custodian, sometimes there's an opportunity there to file for a modification and see what may come of that.
Okay. Right. So say you're paying the child support or you're not getting child support from the other parent involved. Can you use that as leverage?
You cannot use that as leverage. Just because someone is not paying child support does not mean they cannot see their child or that you can manipulate the opportunity for them to engage with the child. Now, just because you pay child support does not mean that you are able to have visitation. Those are two separate orders. When you go for child support, you have to actually request visitation because that's automatically included when you're paying child support. So yes, just because someone is in arrears or not paying child support, you cannot just formally hold the child back or not allow the child and the parent to see each other if there is a visitation order in place.
All right.